everybody. Welcome back to yet another political episode. We are going to be taking a look at the state of Arizona. And the state of Arizona is one state that Republicans kind of need to master in order to win the U.S. Senate, although Republicans are arguably favored into winning the U.S. Senate and have higher chances than the Democrats. Arizona has trended to the left very recently, and we all kind of saw this coming since 2016 when Arizona was put into the tilting category. Polls indicated Hillary Clinton would win the state by a little bit. That was wrong, of course. However, 4 years later, the state ended up voting for Joe Biden. And today, and in 2018, elected a Democrat senator, and in 2020, another Democrat senator, U.S. senator, and eventually the governor would be a Democrat. So we're starting to question, is Arizona technically a blue state? I don't think so, because the government is still technically Republican. State government's dominantly Republican, and you still got big government guys like, now by big government I mean strong Republicans in the government, like for instance Kimberly Yee, who won a blowout in 2022 in the, I believe, treasurer election. She won 55% of the popular vote, which, and in the United States House of Representatives, Republicans won a total of 58%. Or 56%. I don't really remember, but that's a big win. That's a landslide in the House of Representatives by popular vote. So there is still faith in the Republican Party in Arizona. And I would think Republicans have a better chance in this election, mainly because of the split ticket that allegedly could be happening. First off, we need to recap in 2018, where Senator Kyrsten Sinema won the election, defeating, I believe, Senator, I don't think she was Senator, or was she? Oh yeah, she was, I think. Martha McSally, who was, no, wait, hang on. I'm screwed up. Because McCain died, and McSally was appointed to replace him. But that was in 2020, so never mind that. So yes, Sinema defeated McSally by 3 points, thus said here. But after the 2022 elections, Sinema manages to switch to the independent. She leaves the Democratic Party. This means that there will be, the Democratic slot is open now. It's vacant. However, it does make it much harder because Sinema, although she is a moderate, she does attract a lot of liberals and libertarians mostly. That said, she might be split ticketing the Democratic Party, which could pave the way for the Republican victory. So let's take a look here. Filing paperwork is Kyrsten Sinema. All right, so it looks like that Sinema is running, indeed. She is running as she filed the paperwork. Democratic Party is trying to replace Kyrsten Sinema. Yes, as we know, Sinema did have opposition to several parts of the Democratic Party's legislative agenda. And here we have mainly this guy, Ruben Gallego, and he's probably the front runner in this whole race. Gallego is a part of Arizona's 3rd congressional district, and he, as of right now, has taken lead in polls. He has got endorsements from former Senator Dennis DeConcini, it's hard to pronounce, U.S. senators, former U.S. senator. And then in Republican primary, I would say Republicans have good guys here. They could get Doug Ducey, but he declined. But so far, you get Let's Talk Elections, and I'm sorry, I have to go off on Let's Talk Elections again and his anti-Kari Lake nonsense because he thinks, oh, that silly MAGA loving Kari Lake is going to lose because she's a MAGA Republican. No. In fact, Blake Masters did much worse than Kari Lake. Kari Lake was predicted to win in 2024 and 2022 according to the polls, and she lost by just 1 point. Meanwhile, Blake Masters, he lost by 4 points. So, and Blake Masters is not the biggest MAGA Republican as Kari Lake. So I definitely, it isn't because Kari Lake is a MAGA Republican, not at all. And it looks like Blake Masters is his announcement here is pending, expected around September of 2023. Kari Lake is publicly expressing her U.S. Senate run. However, the decision is expected to be by 2023. But then again, they have good guys. Mark Lamb doesn't look good for him, however. He's a Pinal County sheriff. I think he's still. A lot of people have not heard about Mark Lamb, although he got endorsed by Latinos for America First. Then you get to the general election, you'll see it's all toss up. But if you go to hypothetical polling, you will see that Gallego is defeating Kari Lake by multiple polls. Here, yes, like in December, you'll see Kari Lake won some polls against Gallego, very close ones. But then again, you get some polls that total, like Gallego's now ahead of Lake by 10 points. Okay, something to consider, and that's not even including Sinema. But a poll including Sinema would see Sinema taking the lead at second place, Kari Lake at third, and Ruben Gallego at first place. So it looks like some of these polls prove to be very unpopular for Kari Lake here. Ruben Gallego, and versus Doug Ducey versus Kyrsten Sinema, same deal. Although it would be much closer, Doug Ducey, Ruben Gallego would win by 4 points according to some of these polls. Ruben Gallego versus Blake Masters, same deal. Gallego would win against Blake Masters. Ruben Gallego versus Karen Taylor Robson, 36% to 32%, close one recently, and then we get to a very close match here, surprisingly. Ruben Gallego versus Mark Lamb and Kyrsten Sinema. This poll is not even including Kyrsten Sinema, but it says Ruben Gallego would win by a little bit. Ruben Gallego versus Jim Lamon, and Ruben Gallego versus Brian Wright. And it looks like all of these polls are aimed at Ruben Gallego when it comes to this. Although Kari Lake is predicted to do the best. So, yeah, it looks like Red Eagle Politics is pretty confident. However, you got, because of the Sinema split ticket, but you got to remember, Sinema is pretty popular with conservative gun owners and libertarians. Some Republicans will not vote for Kari Lake. So that is something very much to consider. So let's see here. We're going to do a Lamb versus Gallego. So this is probably what the polls are what it's probably going to look like, and it's always looked like for the 2020s. We'll have Republicans taking their strongholds right over here, and we have Democrats winning Maricopa, Santa Cruz. All right, so that's probably what it's going to look like. You would think, oh, Maricopa, it would go Republican. Well, that's if Republicans do very, 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 very well. And that is if Sinema ends up taking all of the left wing, all of the liberals. But I doubt that would happen. Not to mention, she has the Democrats in Arizona has kind of abandoned her. Only moderate Democrats kind of sticking to her wing. So I doubt that would be the case. Sinema would mainly take libertarians and liberals out, moderate liberals and libertarians. Meanwhile, Democrats are going to probably rally behind Gallego. And then Republicans, as of right now, Lamb, yeah, this is probably what it's going to look like. I mean, county sheriffs can win. Like Joe Lombardo, a county sheriff of Clark County, managed to become the governor of Nevada. Who knew a county sheriff, a normal, ordinary county sheriff of Clark County, Nevada, would become the governor of Nevada? So it's definitely possible. But this is a federal job. This is a federal office, and it's going to take a lot of work here. And yeah, Lamb's going to probably get destroyed if Kari Lake enters this race. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next political episode.